welcome back to another episode of Share with Charlotte podcast, where emphasis is placed on finding balance in relationships. I'm the creator and host, and I say thank you for tuning in. And before I get into this particular one, I'd like to invite you to check out my other episodes on my channel, and hope you find them to be insightful, inspiring, meaningful, encouraging. I just hope they're good feeding. So on that note, thank you again for tuning in, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with this particular one, which is titled Self-Preoccupation Leads to Selfishness. And chose that topic because I just thought it was one that maybe I haven't yet spoken on, but it's always about finding balance in relationship. And that's what this whole podcast is about. Self-preoccupation leads to selfishness. Some of us even probably know someone who you can say, yep, I know somebody just like that. Because self-preoccupation just said that someone having excessive interest in one person, and that's themselves. They truly are about one person, and that's themselves. They don't connect well with people because it's about them. They're self-absorbed with them. When they speak about themselves, they speak with such boldness, such pride, and they always want to talk about themselves. Even if they meet somebody and you're meeting for the first time, you're likely to walk away feeling like, wow, I know a lot about him, but he knows very little about me. Because the whole idea is to talk about themselves. They're self-absorbed. They're self-preoccupied with themselves. And really, while you're there thinking you may be on this date or whatever, you're really there more so because of an ear, because now they have an opportunity to just speak about themselves. They love talking about themselves, but that's what they do. And then you, on the other hand, never felt like you was inclusive of the conversation. You were there basically just to be a listener instead of getting to know each other. Because they really do struggle with that. Even if you're in a conversation and you're in a group conversation, somehow, some way, it's going to be channeled back to them to where it's all about the conversation is about them because they love the attention. They love to speak about themselves. And there's such a disconnect with people because they're not someone who find it easy to connect with people's feelings. They may hear you, but they really don't connect with you. They're not empathetic. You can be in the same conversation with someone who's self-absorbed or self-preoccupied, and you can feel and hear the pain, or you can feel and hear what they're going through, and they may even offer to assist or to help. But the person who is self-preoccupied can hear that same exact thing and never connect. They'll just walk away as if there's no need to assist or to help because they have no desire to assist or to help. They're more self-serving than they are giving. They're more comfortable receiving than they are giving. And where some of us have a natural innate to actually be compassionate. It's a gift that God may have given you to just love and serve and give, to feel people, to connect with people. Some of people have that gift to do that. Some people may even have been in a place of being self-absorbed and caught themselves. Or the attention was brought to them that you really are this way. Or they may have had to go get therapy or counsel because they were in a state, but that's someone who wants to work on being better than that person. But you also have people who's very comfortable being that person. And the problem doesn't become about them. The problem really becomes about the other person who has a problem with them being who they are. Because they don't see themselves as the one with the problem. They're comfortable in the skin of being self-absorbed or self-preoccupied. They're very comfortable in it. And when you're comfortable in something that makes other people uncomfortable, something is wrong with that. And I didn't say make one person, I said people uncomfortable. Something's wrong with that. And then some people can even make that self-discovery of just, that's who I am. And they're going to either try to improve, to be better, because I really want to be better. I want to be where I can feel and connect with people. I want to be where I know how to love on people, how to serve, how to give. Then you have some people who truly just doesn't care. There could be some sense of entitlement because I worked to get to this place where I am. You may have less than me. So apparently you didn't work enough or you didn't do the right thing like you should have done. There could be a sense of, like I said, entitlement where I'm here because of what I did. And so therefore, I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to apologize to nobody for being who I am and the fact that I am all about myself because I worked hard to get to this place. You may have people like that. And you think back, like, how did someone even get to this place of just being so self-absorbed, self-preoccupied, in a place of just selfishness? Yeah, a lot of things that we go through and how we make up and the root of a lot of it, of this stuff that instilled in us, you go back to your childhood. Much of what we are, you go back to your childhood. And a lot of times we find the root. Some of you out there are raising children, or you have children, or grown kids, or you have grandchildren, or whatever. And you can also start to see signs of kids who are already grooming to be selfish, self-absorbed, self-preoccupied. You might see where there's a parent always giving and not really allowing the kid to know how to share, but you're always giving. May have a kid that's an only child. So there's nobody in the household that they have to share with. But you can take those kids to places like to feed the hungry, to go to shelters, to give some of their toys at Christmas, or go buy a toy for someone that they can give to a kid that's not in the place where you are, that's destitute, who without that toy may not even get a toy. You can show them the beauty and the gift of giving, not just the gift of receiving. You can instill that in them, or even how to serve in church, or how to be neighborly with their neighbors, how to rake a yard, or how to take something to them. Just the kindness of it all, just kindness. Serving is just kindness. But if you don't teach that, but you're always giving to them, then there's a level of entitlement that's instilled in them even as a child. When you don't allow them to work for things, and I'm not talking about work because you want to reward them, but just work just to work. Because to give is free. There's nothing given back when you give, other than just the thankfulness of being able to give to you is a gift to me. But everything you shouldn't pay your kid to do. Because that means everything they give, they expect something back. That's not good either. And then you have people like, how did you get to this place where you are just in a place of so being self-absorbed, so self-preoccupied? Did somewhere in life that you experienced so much rejection that you decided in life it was going to be about you? That no longer will I feel rejected or be rejected. Because I'm going to make my whole life about me. And even that is not good. Because your whole life can't be about you. Your whole life needs to be inclusive of other people, other things you do, not just about what feeds you and what others can feed you. But it's also about what you can also give to people, what you can contribute. That's so relevant, so important. Was it about a trauma in your life that was so traumatic to you that you came out feeling and believing that nobody gives a crap about me? I cannot depend on nobody to help me, save me, do for me. Then it's going to have to be all about me against the world. So I'm going to make sure that I'm in a better place than I am. That I would never be in a place where I need anybody in that level. Because I'm going to make sure I'm good. Because we can be so traumatized with an event in our life that it's hard to overcome and it's hard to trust. Because when you're no longer in a place of being so self-absorbed and so all about this excessive interest in just yourself, then you learn to trust other people to come into your space, into your world, into your heart, to care, to give and to serve, and to make them to a place where they actually matter. Because when you're self-absorbed and self-preoccupied, other people just don't matter. They don't matter. Because everybody isn't blessed to be gifted. Some people just gifted to love and to show empathy and compassion, to serve and just they just have that innate ability to just want to just give and do and can't even help themselves. But everybody don't have that. Because some people really caught up so much in themselves. And I commend anyone who have been in that space, that place, in that time within their life, that they worked on themselves and they've created a balance of learning how to serve, to give, to do, and to love, and to care about people and go beyond just themselves or what feels good to them. Because the world does not evolve around just one person. It doesn't. And if you're in a relationship, you're married, and you're in this place of being self-preoccupied, excessive interest in you in a relationship, in a marriage, with kids, you got to be struggling. Or the person that you're married to, or the kids, especially the person you're married to, is certainly struggling more. Because what we cannot do in people, we can't make you do anything. Anything and all things you do is a choice. You have to see that in you enough that if you're in a relationship and you're married, or you with a partner, and you're hurting your partner, you're disappointing your partner, you're frustrating your partner, because it becomes about these 4 words, which I like to use when I think of someone preoccupied. Self-preoccupation. And that is the word I, excessively used. The word me, excessively used. My, excessively used. And mine, excessively used. Because all of those 4 words, every one of them reflects one person, just one. And that's you. It reflects nobody else. You only speak it of yourself. And when you use that word continuously and continuously, without considering the words you should be using when you're in a relationship, us, we, our, all, those words are inclusive of other people. That means you're thinking other than just yourself. You're thinking of someone else. You're extending your level of interest beyond just you because you're allowing other people to come into your decisions. You're allowing other people to come into your space of how you manage your life. You're allowing other people to come into your space to care for them, to consider their well-being, to even at times to put their needs over yours because you don't always make it about self. Because when you self-preoccupied, self-absorbed, there's an innate ability in you to just be selfish. And there's a reason it's called selfish, because the key word is self, because it's self. And anytime you're in a relationship, it's never about one, except the relationship only with you. But when you're in a relationship with other people, or other person, or family, or whomever, friends, it don't matter. It's more than just you. It's more than just you. You have to create a balance in your space, in your world, to allow other people to come into it, to connect with them. And if you think that you might be someone like this, then likely you've had probably other people to tell you that you are. Because people are normally quick to tell you that you're selfish or you're only thinking about yourself. But do a self-discovery. And maybe you are this person. If you are this person, or you think you could be this person, check yourself. Often in conversations or in disagreements, you that I, me, mine, and me, where it's excessively and continuously used without the consideration of how somebody else feels. Relationship is a sacrifice. It's a compromise. But when you self-absorbed or self-preoccupied, there's no compromise. There is no level where you compromise or sacrifice simply because you feel you don't have to. You feel that if I do, I'm vulnerable, I'm weak. But vulnerability, humility is all part of taking it off of you, the spotlight off you, and allowing you to see beyond yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being humble. There's nothing wrong with you being vulnerable. But I know you have to be in a place where you can trust the other person, that you can be humble and vulnerable too. Because we always think that people are going to take advantage of us. There's always a shield of protection. Self-absorbed and also being self-preoccupied is also a shield of protection. Because you don't let nobody get that kind of close to you. It's your world. You do, you go, you be, you have, that pleases you. There's not a balance in that. Because God brings us together to love, to care, to do, to serve each other. That's what we're here for. We're here on a daily to be a blessing to someone. To love yourself does not take you to be self-absorbed, self-preoccupied with only you. I believe strongly in loving yourself. I believe strongly in being good to yourself, being kind to yourself, taking care of yourself. I believe strongly in that. Because you have to first also love you. But the key word is excessive. Anything excessive is off balance. And this whole podcast, this whole message is about finding balance in relationships. And it starts with you. But self-preoccupation certainly is not within balance. It's not. We always strive to be better and do better. And you may be fooling yourself to believe that you're happy, that you're fulfilled. Life can't be no better. As long as I got me, I don't need nobody else. And anybody I get in life either accept me how I am or they don't. They don't have to be with me. But even that is a selfish way to look at any relationship. And what they say, because I know I'm a good catch. I got this going for me. And I'm speaking about male and female. It's not about gender. It's not about rich, poor. It's not about any of that. It's not about your economic status. It's not about your race. It's not about any of that. It's about the individual and it's about the person. Because when you're so full of yourself, and there's nothing wrong in taking pride in yourself. There's nothing wrong in knowing you're a good catch. But what's wrong with that is when you feel that the person you're with is not also worthy. And because you all of this and a bag of chips, you can just be and do anything you want because it's all about me. That's hard for anybody to put up with. If that's truly how you feel. And that's how you act and that's how you treat somebody. As if you're the only thing in the relationship that really matters. Self-absorbed. Self-preoccupied with yourself is toxic. It's not good. To not feel and care for somebody else is not good. To not even know how to give of yourself is not good. To not know how to just help somebody, to serve somebody, not expecting nothing, just the gratitude that I could. Always expecting somebody to give to you and not taking an interest in anyone unless they can give to you. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. They ain't got nothing to give me. But why does somebody always have to give you something for you to care? Why can't you just care to care? Why does somebody have to contribute something for you to even notice? Why does someone even have to be in a position to where you can gain something from them for you to even know them or for them to even be important enough, even see them? Something wrong with that. Our ears, our hearts, our minds should be open. Our eyes, where we can see, hear, feel, think of people that are around us, situations and circumstances that you know you can step into and be a blessing and not be so self-absorbed, self-preoccupied that you have blinders on. You're deaf. Your heart is stone. Your mind is off somewhere and you see, hear, feel, know nothing. And it's right there in your face because you don't connect, because you don't see the benefit of stepping in and make a difference. And something is off balance with that. The world got to be bigger than you. What you do in life, how you live in life has to be bigger than you. Got to be bigger than yourself. I want to just encourage you that if you really are one of these people, or if you know someone like this who's self-absorbed, self-preoccupied, to just talk to them, share, because I'm telling you, many people in that position don't know the damage that they do to other people by being that way. When things has to always be their way, or it's no way, or they don't, or they're not even involved. I'm stepping out because they want it their way. It's all about them. And at times, if you know somebody like that, you really hate them coming because they bring negativism because it's all about them. They shift everything. The trajectory of everything going on just changes because it comes about them, and it's almost they almost like demand that you see me, that it's about me, and that's a lot of work for somebody trying to fill that void or constantly feed that. That's a lot of work where there's constant demands. But again, it's not healthy. If you are that way, check yourself. Do a self-discovery. Work on yourself because you are truly off balance in that first relationship, and that's with yourself. And therefore, you off balance in other relationship you have with other people because you're so much absorbed with yourself. Self-preoccupation. I want to thank you for listening to that. And all the ones out there who are blessed to be gifted, who just, God just gave you that ability naturally. You have to thank God for that. And those are the ones who have worked their way to being and becoming that person because they want to be a better person. And they want to be to be good. I want to thank you for your effort and for your work that you put into yourself. And I just want to encourage the ones who are still working on themselves because they see it in themselves and they want to be better. And thank you for the ones who's arrived, who have now in that place of managing and balancing that life and learning how to balance, to not be excessively absorbed with themselves, but still love on themselves. But that's healthy. Thank you for tuning in to share with Charlotte for this episode, which is entitled Self-Preoccupation Leads to Selfishness. Because we don't want to live in a world of where we're contributing to the selfish nature of this world. We could be a contributor to one that we love, give, serve, nurture. show compassion, be empathetic, be that person. I'd like you to, again, check out my other episodes on this channel. And I like to just say, stay encouraged. There's a world out here that need people who know how to give of themselves, love of themselves. And let that be you. And thank you for tuning in again. Visit me, my website at www.sharewithcharlotte.com. And you can also see me on Facebook, Instagram. And I just want to say thank you again for being part of my podcast family, podcast community. And I just want to say, I look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Thank you so much.